Hi, hello everyone. So welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to discuss the problems related to exercise 3a. So the concept related to this we have discussed in our previous video, so please go through it, and based on those concepts we are going to solve the problems in this video, right? So it is nothing but APTS Junior Intermediate, so exercise 3a, right? Moving on to the first question. So the slopes of the lines x plus y is equal to 0 and x minus y is equal to 0. So you need to find out the slope of these lines. So I am considering the lines one after the other. So first of all I am considering the first line equation, x plus y is equal to 0. Now when you are given with a line equation, then the slope of this line, so slope of this line is given by minus x coefficient by y coefficient. So just remember this formula, right? So slope m is given by minus x coefficient by y coefficient. So from this, what is the slope then? So slope is represented by m, which is nothing but minus of, if you don't have anything, that means it is having 1 as its coefficient. So here also 1 is its coefficient, so minus of 1 by 1, so which gives me minus 1. So the slope of this particular line x plus y is equal to 0 is minus 1. Next, moving on to the second equation, x minus y is equal to 0. So if you want to find the slope of this particular line, so slope m is equal to minus x coefficient by y coefficient. The same formula if you apply here, x coefficient is 1, y coefficient is minus 1. So minus 1 by minus 1 is nothing but 1. So the slope of this particular line x minus y is equal to 0 is 1, right? So when line equation is given, so slope formula is minus x coefficient by y coefficient. So just remember this. Okay, next moving on to second question. So find the equation of the line containing the points 2 comma minus 3 and 0 comma minus 3. Now if you observe this particular line equation, so these are nothing but the points. So let these points be some x1 comma y1 and this as x2 comma y2. So when 2 points are given, so how to find the line equation? So already we know 2 point form. So we have 2 point form. So what is 2 point form? So when 2 points are given, then we are going to use this 2 point form. So from this 2 point form, so equation of line is given by, so you remember this formula, right? So x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. So this is nothing but the formula. Otherwise you can write this as y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So you can remember any of these formulas. Since it is looking somewhat symmetrical, so we are going to use this form. Otherwise, if you want to remember as such, so you can remember in this way. Right now, substituting the values, so what I am going to get is x minus x1. So x minus x1 is x minus 2 divided by, so x minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1, so 0 minus 2 is equal to y minus y1. So y minus y1 means y minus of minus 3 by, so this minus of minus 3 will be in the denominator, and y2 minus y1. So what is y2? So y2 is minus 3. So from this clearly, so how can I write this as? So x minus 2 divided by minus 2 is equal to y plus 3 divided by, so minus of minus 3 is plus 3, so plus 3 minus 3 is 0. So when I do cross multiplication, so what will happen? This x minus 2 will become 0. So from this what I am going to get? Y plus 3 is equal, sorry, it becomes minus 2 times of y plus 3 is equal to 0. So from this I can write it as y plus 3 is equal to 0. From this y is equal to minus 3. So you can write y is equal to minus 3, or you can end with y plus 3 is equal to 0. So both are same. right? So from this the equation of this particular line is y is equal to -3, right? Now by looking at the question itself, so if you observe here y coordinates are same, so here y coordinates are also called as ordinates. If ordinates are same, that means it is parallel to x-axis. So if it is parallel to x-axis, that means y is equal to -3 is nothing but my line equation. So likewise also we can say, otherwise you can directly use the equation of 2 points formula, right? Next, moving on to the third question. So question number 3. So find the equation of the line containing the points 1, 2 and 1, -2. So clearly here x coordinates, that is nothing but abscissa, are same. Then directly what I can say, x is equal to 1 is my line equation, because it will be parallel to y axis. Now let us see, you can solve this particular question by 2-point form. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So in multiple choice question, if he is asked, then directly what you can say, x is equal to 1 is my line equation, right? So if it is asked for 1 mark or 2 marks question, then you need to go with the process. So what is 2-point form? So x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. So when I substitute the values, so x minus x1 is 1 by x2 minus x1, so it becomes 1 minus 1 is equal to y minus y1 is 2 by y2 minus y1. So y2 is -2, y1 is 2, so -2. So this becomes x minus 1 by 0 is equal to y minus 2 by -4. So some students may do mistake here, so they will take 0 here, so that you need not, so you should avoid, right? So when I do cross multiplication, this becomes -4 times of x minus 1 is equal to 0 into y minus 2 is 0. So from this, so when I transpose -4, it becomes by -4, so which gives me 0. So from this, x is equal to 1 is my line equation, or x minus 1 is equal to 0. So either you can consider this line equation or this line equation, both are same, right? So have we got the same answer, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So find the angle which the straight line y is equal to √3x minus 4 makes with y axis, makes with y axis. So be careful here. So if he asks about x axis, then what we can say, just by finding out the slope we can directly say the answer, right? Now what is the given question? So y is equal to √3 times of x minus 4. So when you compare this line equation with the slope intercept form, so what is slope intercept form? Y is equal to mx plus c. So we are having 5 different forms, right? So y is equal to mx plus c is nothing but slope intercept form, because we are having slope as well as intercept here, right? So when slope intercept form, so when line equation is in the form of slope intercept form, directly on comparing, x coefficient is nothing but slope. Here x coefficient is nothing but slope. So clearly m is equal to √3. But what is m here? So using the concept of angles inclination, so we can say that tan theta is equal to √3. So for what value of tan you are for what value of theta you are going to get √3 here? So theta is equal to 60 degrees. Theta is equal to 60 degrees. That means it is making, so already we have discussed the concept of inclination, right? So in inclination, so what we have discussed, so for suppose, so this is nothing but my line, so this is making an angle 60 degrees with so this is nothing but my line which is making 60 degrees with the positive direction of x-axis. So with positive direction of x-axis, if it is making 60 degrees, that means the remaining angle, so what is this angle? So this angle will be 30 degrees, right? So that means with respect to y-axis, so how much angle it is making? It is making 30 degrees angle, because with x-axis it is making 60 degrees angle. That means it will make 30 degrees angle with the y-axis, right? So from this what I can say, since it is making 60 degrees angle with the positive direction of x-axis, so it makes 90 minus this 60 is equal to 30 degrees with the y-axis. So it will be complementary to the given x-axis, right? Okay, understood. Next, moving on to one more question. So write the equation of the reflection of the line x is equal to 1 in y-axis. So here you need to know how to draw the figure. So first of all, we are going to draw x-axis and y-axis. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Now what he has given, x is equal to 1. So how will be the line x is equal to 1, since this is origin? So x is equal to 1 means this point. So passing through this point, so my line will be parallel to y-axis. That means this particular line represents x is equal to 1. So this is nothing but my line x is equal to 1. Now what is he asking? So he is asking the reflection of this line in y-axis. So with respect to y-axis, what is its reflection? So what is its reflection with respect to y-axis? So what is meant by reflection? So that means this acts as mirror, right? So this particular y-axis acts as mirror. So if this is mirror, then this particular line's image will be on the opposite side of y. So on the opposite side of y-axis, and that too at the same distance. So what is this distance? So this distance is 1 unit. The same way this side also you will have 1 unit distance. So from origin, so 1 unit distance to the left is nothing but represented by the point -1, right? So -1 comma 0. That means for this we need to draw one parallel line, so which is at a distance of 1 unit from the y-axis. That means clearly this line represents my x is equal to -1, or you can write this line equation as x plus 1 is equal to 0. So from this clearly I got my answer, right? So what is the answer? So the equation of reflection, so the equation of reflection of line x is equal to 1 in y-axis is how much? X plus 1 is equal to 0, or x is equal to -1, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So most of the problems we will be solving by using the diagrams, or some problems directly we will be using the formula, right? Next, so find the condition for the points. So there are 3 points given, right? So there are 3 points given and he is telling you collinear. So collinear. So here linear means nothing but we know a straight line. So collinear. So all these points should lie on a straight line. So all these points should lie on a straight line. Then we can say these 3 points are collinear. These 3 points are collinear, right? So 3 or more points are said to be collinear if they lie on the same line. For suppose if I consider 3 points A, B, C. So these are the 3 points. Now to tell about collinearity, so there are different methods to explain about collinearity, right? So the first one is a distance formula. So using distance form we can say that they are collinear. So how can you say these points are collinear means, so if distance AB and distance BC, so if you add them up, if it is equal to distance CA, then we can simply say that those points are collinear, right? So sum of 2 sides is equal to the third side. So if it is possible, then we say those points are collinear, right? So and one more. So if I say area of triangle is equal to 0, area of triangle is equal to 0, then also we can say that those points are collinear, because if points are collinear, so is there any triangle that is being formed? So there is no triangle that is forming, right? Since there is no triangle formed, hence the area of the triangle will be 0, right? Since there is no triangle, its area will be 0. Next, there is one more approach. See, AB is forming one straight line, right? With BC also we can form a straight line. So if you observe these straight lines, so these are all coincidental lines, right? So if they are coincidental lines, so every line is parallel to itself. So we can say that every line is parallel to itself. So from this what I can say, line AB and line AC. So those two lines are parallel to each other, right? So if such condition exists, then simply what I can say, their slopes are equal. So if lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. So using that concept also we can prove, right? So there is one more thing. So using 2 points, so using any 2 points, if you form a line, so you can find out equation of line and the third point. So whatever the third point that is, so if this third point satisfies, if this third point satisfies the equation of line, then we can say those points are collinear. So there are 4 approaches by which we can say about collinearity, right? So each and every approach will be applicable to show the points are collinear, right? So as we move on, so here distance formula we need to apply 3 times. So some students may find it difficult to solve. Next, here we need to apply area of triangle once. So this is somewhat better when compared to the distance form. Next, slope. So slope form is the most commonly used method to show that points are collinear. Next, fourth one is the normal method. So this is somewhat lengthier. So here we need to find out the equation of line, and next we need to make the third point to satisfy the given equation, right? So whatever the option you want, so whatever the method you choose, you can choose and solve this problem, right? So here in this particular problem I am going with slope form. So I am going to use slopes because so most probably we have been using the slopes concept. Okay, so using this we are going to tell this. Now here how many points are given? 3 points are given. So A comma 0, H comma K and 0 comma B. For suppose, so these are 2 points and 2 more points I have taken, right? I have chosen 2 points at a time and I am doing this problem, right? So with these 2 points I am going, so with these 2 points I am going to form one slope, and with these points I am going to form one more slope. So let this slope be M1 and this slope be M2, and finally what I am going to do, I am equating those. M1 is equal to M2. Then I am going to get one condition, right? So what is M1 here? So M1 is nothing but Y2 minus Y1 by, so Y2 minus Y1, so K minus 0 by H minus A. So from here K minus B by H minus 0, right? So these are nothing but points x1 y1, this is x2 y2. The same way here this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So from this K minus B by H minus 0, here K minus 0 by H minus 2. So since the points are collinear, so M1 is equal to M2. So clearly I can write as K by H minus A is equal to K minus B by H. So when I do cross multiplication, this becomes H into K is equal to H minus A into K minus B. So when I do multiplication, H into K is HK minus HB minus AK plus AB. Now on left hand side we are having HK. So this plus HK gets cancelled. Now since I am having 2 minus terms, so I can transpose, then they becomes plus terms. So HB plus AK is equal to AB. So if you want you can let it the same, otherwise you can divide with AB on both sides. So if you want to say this is my condition that these 3 points are collinear, otherwise so you can divide with AB. So when you divide with AB, then I am going to have H by A plus K by B is equal to 1. So this is all, this can also be the condition that we can write. So with by dividing with AB we are going to get this condition. So either you want to represent this way, you can represent this way, or otherwise you can represent this way. So both are the same, right? So in this problem we have discussed the concept of collinearity, right? Next, moving on to one more question, question number 7. So write the equation of the straight line parallel to x-axis and at a distance of 3 units above x-axis, right? Next, at a distance of 4 units below x-axis. So for this, first of all, we need to visualize in the mind, so how the figure will be, first of all, right? First of all, we are going to draw coordinate axis. So coordinate axis, this is x-axis and this is my y-axis and this is my origin, right? So write the equations of the straight line parallel to x-axis. So we know that this is x-axis and is asking you to draw. So write the line equations parallel to x-axis at a distance of 3 units above the x-axis. So above x-axis I need to consider 3 units. So 3 units means exactly this will be my positive 3, right? So positive 3, and passing through this point the line should be parallel to x-axis. That means the line looks like this, right? So this is my line. So what is this line? So this line is nothing but this point is considered on y-axis. That means this equation is y is equal to 3. So the line equation is y is equal to 3. Next, one more question he has given now. At a distance of 4 units below x-axis. So 4 units below means, so you need to come 4 steps down. That means this is my minus 4. Then I need to consider parallel to y-axis, right? So parallel to x-axis, right? So that means my line will be like this, so which is passing through minus 4. So for suppose this is my minus 4, then what I can say, y is equal to minus 4 is my answer. Or what we can write it as, otherwise you can write as y plus 4 is equal to 0. So from this, what have you understood? So if you want a line parallel to x-axis, then simply consider y is equal to k. What is the equation of the line? So equation of the line is y is equal to k. So if you want a line parallel to x-axis, it is nothing but y is equal to k. Just remember this, right? So y is equal to k. So using this equation, how can I say 3 units above? No, so above means positive, that means k should be considered as 3. That is nothing but y is equal to 3. Next, 4 units below. So 4 units below means negative 4. So that means y is equal to minus 4. So using this formula also you can simply say, right? So what is the so what we can say here, equation of line parallel to x-axis is y is equal to k. Remember this, otherwise you can do by using the diagram. So instead of diagram you can go with the formula. So equation of line parallel to x-axis is y is equal to k, where k represents, if it is above k is positive, if it is below k is negative. Okay, the same way of question we will be doing with respect to y-axis also, right? Next question. So write the equations of a straight line parallel to y-axis and a distance of 2 units from y-axis to the right. So here directly I am going to write the equation. So equation of line parallel to y-axis. So here which axis you are considering, its opposite will come. So equation of line parallel to y-axis, and at a distance of k units is x is equal to, so parallel to y-axis means you need to consider x, so x is equal to k. So in the previous one also, here you need to consider equation of line parallel to x-axis and at a distance k. At a distance k is y is equal to k. Here at a distance k units parallel to y-axis is x is equal to k. So if it is right side, that means you need to consider k as positive. If it is left side, then you need to consider k as negative, right? So for the first bit, so directly you can say the answer, no? So what is the answer? X is equal to 2, because at a distance of 2 units, to right of it. So answer is x is equal to 2. Next, coming to second bit, what we can say? So left of y axis at a distance of 5 units, that means x is equal to minus 5. So this x is equal to minus 5 I can write as x plus 5 is equal to 0, right? So these are nothing but the questions of the first Roman number in exercise 3a, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So this is nothing but a question of Roman number 2, first question. So find the slopes of the straight lines passing through the following pairs of points. So when 2 points are given, how to find out the slope, right? So when 2 points are given, so when 2 points are given, how to find the slope? So slope m is equal to, so what is the formula? Difference in y coordinates, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this also be written as x1 minus y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2. So any one of the formulas you can make use of. So this can also be written as y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2. The same order you can write in the both numerator and denominator. So moving on to question number 1. So question number 1, so what he has given? So slope m is equal to, directly I am writing y1 minus y2. So y1 minus y2, so 8 minus 5 by x1 minus x2, so minus 3 minus 10. So this gives me 8 minus 5 is 3. So 3 divided by minus 3 minus 10 is minus 13. So you should not keep minus in the denominator, so you can write it as minus 3 by 13. So answer is minus 3 by 13. So this is second question and third question, you try it. Next I am moving on to question number 4, right? So question number 2, question number 3, so do it yourself. So please try to solve, right? Next, moving on to question number 4. So m is equal to y1 minus y2, so which is nothing but q minus of minus p by x1 minus x2, so which I can write as minus p minus q. So q minus of minus p is nothing but q plus p divided by minus of p plus q. So if I take minus as common, I can p plus q. So this p plus q and minus p plus q, minus of p plus q gets cancelled, minus 1 times, hence the slope is minus 1, right? So please try to solve the second question, second bit and third bit, and post your answers in the comment box, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So find the value of x if the slope of line passing through 2 comma 5 and x comma 3 is 2. So already he has given slope m, so slope m is equal to 2 he has given, right? And there are 2 points given. So when 2 points are known, then directly you can apply slope formula, right? So what is slope formula? X1 minus x2 by, y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2, right? So y1 minus y2, so directly I can write as 5 minus 3 by x1 minus x2, which is nothing but 2 minus x, so which is equal to 2. So on simplification, 5 minus 3 is 2, so 2 divided by 2 minus x is equal to 2 by 1. So if nothing is there, so that means it contains 1 in the denominator. So when I do cross multiplication, 2 times of 2 minus x is equal to 2. Now since 2 is common factor here, so I can cancel it 1 time. Now from this, what I am going to get? 2 minus x is equal to 1. So from this, x is equal to 2 minus 1, so x is equal to 1. So the value of x is 1 here. So the value of x is 1, right? Next, moving on to one more question, question number 3. Now find the value of y if the line joining the points 3 comma y and 2 comma 7 is parallel to the line joining the points minus 1 comma 4 and 0 comma 6. So what is the intention of this question? See here, so with these 2 points a line is formed, and with these 2 points also one line is formed, right? So with these 2 points, for suppose this is my line which is being formed, and with these 2 points there is one more line which is formed, and he is saying that these 2 lines are parallel. So if you say that these 2 lines are parallel, then if this slope is m1 and this slope is m2, then what we can say, if 2 lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. That means clearly slope m1 will be equal to m2 because the lines are parallel to each other. So when lines are parallel to each other, then their slopes are equal. So using that concept, m1 is equal to m2. So m1 is nothing but the slope formed by these 2 points, and m2 is nothing but the point, so slope formed by these 2 points. So writing down the slopes, so what is the value? So y minus 7 by 3 minus 2. So y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2 is equal to, what about m2? y1 minus y2, which is nothing but 4 minus 6 by x1 minus x2. So minus 1 minus 0, minus 1 minus 0. Now on simplification, so this gives me y minus 7 by 3 minus 2 is 1 is equal to minus 4 minus 6, sorry 4 minus 6 is minus 2 divided by minus 1. So this minus minus gets cancelled. Now from this what I am going to get, so y minus 7 is equal to 2. So from this y is equal to 2 plus 7. So 2 plus 7 is 9. So clearly y is equal to 9 is my answer, right? So answer is y is equal to 9. Next, moving on to one more question. So find the slopes of the lines parallel to and perpendicular to the lines passing through 6, 3 and minus 4, 5. So is asking you to find the slopes of the lines parallel to and perpendicular to. So first of all, we will be finding the slope of this particular line, right? So slope of this particular line is given by y1 minus y2 by x1 minus x2, right? So this I can write as, what is y1 here? So y1 is 3 minus 5 by x1 minus x2. So x1 is 6 minus x2 is minus 4. So this I can write as 3 minus 5 is minus 2 divided by minus of minus 4 is plus 4, which gives me 10. So this gives me minus 1 by 5. So the value is minus 1 by 5. So this is nothing but slope of the given line, right? In this first one, so what is he asking? Slope of parallel line. So he is asking slope of parallel line. So if number of lines are considered and if all of them are parallel, if you know slope of one line, then you can directly write the slope of those parallel lines, because the slope of parallel lines are equal to the given line, right? So simply what I can say, so slope of parallel line is equal to, what I can say, slope of given line. Slope of parallel line is equal to slope of given line. So what is the slope of given line? It is nothing but 1 by 5, right? So whenever parallel condition comes, simply you take the slope, whatever the slope that is given, right? Now in the next one, so what is slope of perpendicular line? So if you want to find the slope of perpendicular line, simply what we can say is, simply write minus 1 by slope of given line. So minus 1 by slope of given line. So from this what I can write, so minus 1 by 5. So minus 1 divided by slope of the given line is minus 1 by 5. So this I can write as minus 1 into this denominator part will become reciprocated, right? So 5 by minus 1. So this minus 1 I can cancel it out. Then from this what I can say, so slope of the perpendicular line is 5. So slope of perpendicular line is 5. So what is the condition here? So when I need slope of perpendicular line, simply what I need to do, I need to write it as minus 1 by slope of the given line, which is nothing but 5. Okay, so slope of parallel line is minus 1 by 5 and slope of perpendicular line is 5. So a shortcut, so directly you can do, simply what you have to do, reciprocate and If minus is not there, so keep minus. If minus is there, change minus as plus. Understood? So minus 1 by 5 is there, no? So just reciprocate it. It becomes 5 by minus 1. So since it is having minus, so remove that minus. So that is nothing but my answer here. Right? Next, moving on to one more question. So find the equation of the straight line which make the following angles with the positive x-axis. So understand carefully, positive x-axis in the positive direction, and which passes through the points. So here what are all the things that are given? So inclination is given. So inclination is given means nothing but indirectly what he has given? He has given slope. Okay, if inclination is given, that means indirectly he has given slope. And one more thing, what he has given? He has given a point. In each case you are given with inclination as well as point. So inclination is nothing but, so by applying tangent we can apply, so we can obtain slope, right? That means what he has given, point slope form we need to apply here. So what is point slope form? So moving on with the point slope form. So here we are going to use point slope form. So what is point slope form? Point means nothing but some x1 y1 is given, and slope means m is given. So when m and x1 comma y1 are given, then my line equation is written as, so y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Okay, so we are going to use this particular formula to solve these problems. Okay, so question number 1. So what is given? So theta is equal to pi by 4 and the point is 0 comma 0. So this is x1 comma y1, and theta is equal to pi by 4. So from this m is equal to tan theta. So tan theta is nothing but tan pi by 4. So what is the value of tan pi by 4? Tan pi by 4 means tan 45 degrees. It is nothing but equal to 1. Now directly substituting in the formula, so equation of the line is given by, so y minus, what is y1 here? So y1 is 0 is equal to 1 into x minus x1 is also 0. So from this what is the answer? So y is equal to x, or simply I can write as x minus y is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation, right? So question number, bit number 1 completed. Next, moving on to bit number 2. So what he has given, theta is equal to pi by 3. So what is pi by 3? So pi by 3 means 60 degrees, and the point is given as 1 comma 2. So correspondingly the values are x1 comma y1. Now moving on to finding the slope. So m is equal to tan 60 degrees. So what is the value of tan 60? Tan 60 is root 3. Now finding out the equation. So equation of the straight line is given by, so y minus y1. So y minus y1 is 2 is equal to m. So m is nothing but root 3 into x minus x1 is 1. Now when I do multiplication, so this gives me root 3x minus root 3. Now when I transpose everything to right hand side, so this I can write as root 3x minus y plus 3 minus root 3 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation, right? Next, moving on to bit number 3. So bit number 3, so what he has given, theta is equal to 135 degrees. So clearly it is obtuse angle, right? So since it is obtuse angle, so we are going to get the slope as negative value, and the point is given as 3 comma minus 2. So this is x1 and this is y1. Now from this m is equal to tan 135 degrees. So tan 135 I can write it as tan of 90 plus 45. So because of this 90, tan becomes cot. Since it is in second quadrant, this becomes minus. So because of this 90, tan became cot, no? So that means 90 will be vanished. So I will be left with 45 degrees. So what is cot 45? Cot 45 is minus 1. So slope I got as minus 1. So directly writing the equation of the line, which is given by y minus y1. So minus of minus 2 is equal to m into, so that means minus 1 into x minus 3. So clearly this I can write as y plus 2 is equal to minus x. So minus of minus 3 is plus 3. Now when I transpose everything to the left hand side, this becomes x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. Next, moving on to question number 4. So question number 4, here also theta is 150 degrees. So in question number 4, theta is 150 degrees. So 150 degrees means again obtuse angle. So clearly m will be again negative. So this I can write as tan of 150 degrees. So tan 150 I can write it as tan of 90 plus 60 degrees. Now because of this 90, tan becomes cot, and since it is in second quadrant, so hence cot is negative. Next, moving on to, so because of this 90, tan became cot, so this 90 will get vanished and we will be left with 60 degrees. So what is the value of minus cot 60? So cot 60 is nothing but equal to tan 30, which gives me minus 1 by root 3. So I got the slope as minus 1 by root 3. Now going with the equation of the line. So to find the equation of the line, so what is the formula? So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y minus y1. So what is the point here? So y1 is minus 1. So y minus of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 by root 3 into x minus x1 is nothing but minus 2. Now when I simplify this, so y plus 1 is equal to minus 1 by root 3 into x plus 2. Now when I cross multiply, this becomes root 3 plus root 3 y plus root 3 is equal to minus x minus 2. So when I transpose everything, so this becomes x plus root 3y plus root 3 plus 2 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. So when inclination is 150 degrees and it is passing through minus 2 comma minus 1, my line equation is x plus root 3y plus root 3 plus 2 is equal to 0. Sorry, here in second bit, so we are having 2 row. So this is 2 and this is also 2, right? So this becomes y minus 2 and here it becomes plus 2. So answer is root 3 minus, so root 3x minus y plus 2 minus root 3 is equal to 0. So likewise we can find out the equations of the straight line when angle and a point are given, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So find the equations of the straight line passing through the origin. So passing through the origin and making equal angles with the coordinate axis. So with the coordinate axis they are making equal angles. So what is meant by coordinate axis? So coordinate axis means, so the x-axis and y-axis are nothing but called as coordinate axis, right? So with this coordinate axis, so they are making equal angles and they are passing through origin. So how many such lines are possible? So there are 2 lines which are possible. So if this angle is 45 degrees, then this is also 45 degrees. So from this what I can say, so this is one such line which passes through origin and making an equal angle with both the coordinate axis, and at the same time, so this is also one more line, so which is passing through origin and making equal angles with the coordinate axis, right? So from this what I can say, so there are 2 such lines. So based on this, so we are going to have this angle is equal to 135 degrees. So here also 45 degrees and 45 degrees, right? So with the coordinate axis means with positive x-axis and positive y-axis, and at the same time with the negative x-axis and negative y-axis. So from this how many such lines are possible? So there are 2 such lines, so which are making equal angles with the coordinate axis and passing through the origin. So let us see the first one. So equation 1. So we are talking about equation 1. So if you consider the equation number 1, so let this be line number 1 and this is my line number 2, right? So this line number 1 is making inclination 45 degrees and is passing through origin. So passing through origin means one point is given. So clearly, so from this slope is equal to tan 45 degrees, so which gives me 1. So since I know slope as well as a point, so from this clearly what is the equation of the given line? So equation of line is equal to, so equation of line is, so y minus y1, so y1 is 0 is equal to m into x minus x1. So from this I can directly write it as y is equal to x. So y is equal to x is nothing but one line, so which passes through origin and will make equal angle with the coordinate axis. The same way the second one is nothing but this line. So this line is making an inclination of 135 degrees, because this is 90 degrees and this is 45. 90 plus 45 is 135. So second such angle is nothing but 135 degrees. So it is also passing through origin, so hence it is 0 comma 0. So from this slope is nothing but tan of 135 degrees. So remember these values. Tan 135 means tan 90 plus 45, which is nothing but minus cot 45. So which is nothing but minus 1. So from this directly I can write equation of line. So the equation of line is given by, so y minus y1 is equal to minus 1 into x minus x1. So x1 is also 0. So from this what I can say, y is equal to minus x. So this is nothing but my one more line. Or instead of using slope point form, directly we can apply gradient form or slope form. Since it is passing through origin, so directly we can take y is equal to mx, right? So for the first situation, if I apply y is equal to mx, so instead of m, 1 is coming, so clearly y is equal to x. Next, in the second situation, m is equal to minus 1, so we are going to get y is equal to minus x, right? So there are two line equations which are passing through origin and making equal angles with the coordinate axis, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So what is he asking? The angle made by a straight line with the positive direction of x-axis in the positive direction and the y-intercept cutoff. So y-intercept cutoff. So y-intercept cutoff means, so what he has given? Small c value is given, right? So find the equation of the straight line. Now what he has given? So inclination, so theta is given and slope intercept is given. So when theta is given, that means indirectly slope is given. So when slope and intercepts are given, that means what he has given? So he has given slope so he is asking you to apply slope intercept form here, right? So what is slope intercept form? So slope intercept form. So by looking at the question, you need to understand the which form we need to use here. So slope intercept form we need to use. So what is slope intercept form? So y is equal to mx plus c. So here we can find out slope by using theta value, and c is already given in the question, right? Now moving on to question number 1. So what he has given, theta is equal to 60 degrees. So when theta is equal to 60 degrees, slope m is equal to tan theta, no? So which is nothing but tan 60. So this I can write as root 3, right? And one more thing, what he has given, c is equal to 3 he has given, right? Now writing down the equation of the line, so it is nothing but equal to y is equal to mx plus c. So m is root 3 into x plus c is 3. Now on rewriting the equation, so this becomes root 3 x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. Next, moving on to second bit. So what he has given, theta is equal to 150 degrees and c is equal to 2. So when theta is equal to 150 degrees, m is equal to tan 150. So tan 150 I can write as minus cot 60 degrees. So minus cot 60 is nothing but minus 1 by root 3. So already in the previous one we have found it out. So finally the equation of the line is given by y is equal to minus 1 by root 3 into x plus c. So what is c here? So c is given as 2. By taking the LCM and cross multiplying, I am going to get root 3y is equal to minus x plus 2 root 3. So when I do rearranging, so that is nothing but transposing, I am going to get x plus root 3y plus minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. Right, next moving on to the third question. So theta is given as 45 degrees. When theta is 45 degrees, slope is equal to 1. So remember this, when theta is equal to 45, slope is 1. When theta is equal to 135, slope is minus 1. So these two things you keep in mind, right? So m is equal to 1. So clearly what is the equation of the line? So equation of the line is given by y is equal to m is 1, so 1 into x plus c is minus 2, so plus of minus 2. So this I can write as y is equal to x minus 2. So when I transpose the things, so x minus y minus 2 is equal to 0. So this is my line equation. Next, moving on to question number 4. So what he has given, theta is equal to tan inverse of 2 by 3. So when angle is given in such form, so tan inverse he has given, no. So when I transpose this tan to left hand side, then this becomes tan theta is equal to 2 by 3. So what is tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but m. Okay, so slope is given as 2 by 3 and he has given c is equal to 3. Now directly finding out the equation of the straight line by using slope intercept form. So equation is nothing but y is equal to mx. So 2 by 3 into x plus c. So on taking LCM 3 and cross multiplying, I am going to get 3y is equal to 2x plus 9. So when I transpose the values, I am going to get 2x minus 3y plus 9 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. Okay, so likewise you can find out the equations of the straight lines. So when angle and intercepts are given to you, right? Next, moving on to the eighth question. So second Roman last question is eighth question, right? So what he has given, so find the equation of the straight line passing through minus 4 comma 5 and cutting off equal and non-zero intercepts. So here he is talking about intercepts, right? And the intercepts are equal. He is saying the intercepts are equal, right? Now what I can do is let the intercepts. So what I can do, let x intercept is equal to y intercept. Let x intercept is equal to y intercept. Let it be some equal to a. So already we know intercept form, right? So what is intercept form? So intercept form is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, right? Where a is x intercept and b is y intercept. So on substituting x intercept is equal to y intercept is equal to a, then I can write it as x by a plus y by a is equal to 1. On taking LCM and cross multiplying, from this I am going to get x plus y is equal to a. So this is nothing but my equation. But what he has given, this straight line is passing through minus 4 comma 5. So what he has given, since x plus y is equal to a is passing through minus 4 comma 5. See, if x plus y is equal to a is passing through minus 4 comma 5, that means it should satisfy this particular point minus 4 comma 5. So if I substitute x comma y values with minus 4 comma 5, then it should satisfy. Then we are going to get the value of a. So by substituting x y values, what I am going to get? So minus 4 plus 5 is equal to a. So from this clearly what I got, a is equal to 1. So what is the value of a? So a is equal to 1. So from this we found the intercept, no? So directly we got the intercept. So finally what I can do, I can write down the equation of the line. So equation of line is given by x plus y is equal to 1. So instead of a, if I substitute 1, so which I have obtained by substituting this point, so I am going to get the line equation as x plus y is equal to 1. So this is nothing but my equation of line when my intercepts are equal and it is passing through minus 4 comma 5. Okay, so here we have used the concept of intercept form, right? So whenever intercepts he is telling, then we need to use intercepts form, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So question number 9. So what he has given, So find the equation of the straight line passing through minus 2 comma 4 and making non-zero intercepts whose sum is 0. Now what he has given, sum of intercepts is 0. So sum of intercepts is 0 means, so x intercept plus y intercept is equal to 0. So he is telling sum of intercepts is 0, that means x intercept plus y intercept is equal to 0. So indirectly what he is telling you, so a plus b is equal to 0. From this what I can obtain, so b is equal to minus a. So we can replace b is equal to minus a in intercept form. So what is intercept form? So intercept form is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So this is nothing but my intercept form, no? So in this intercept form what I need to substitute, b is equal to minus a, because he has given the condition sum of intercepts is 0. So from this x by a plus y by minus a is equal to 1. On taking LCM what I am going to get, x minus y by a is equal to 1. On cross multiplying what I am going to get, so this minus I have multiplied with this plus, then this minus comes, then automatically a will be my LCM. So on cross multiplying I am going to get this particular equation, right? So this is nothing but my equation. But what he said, this equation is passing through minus 2 comma 4. Since this equation is passing through minus 2 comma 4, so let this be equation number 1. So since equation 1 is passing through minus 2 comma 4, so passing through minus 2 comma 4, it should satisfy 1. So it should satisfy equation 1. So it should satisfy equation 1 means, so directly I am going to substitute x value as minus 2 and y value as 4 is equal to a. So from this we are going to get the value of a. So minus 2 minus 4 is nothing but minus 6. So clearly what I got here, so a is equal to minus 6. Now finally I am going to write the equation of line. So what is the equation of line then? So equation of line is given by x minus y is equal to minus 6. So when I transpose that minus 6, I can write it as x minus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So if you find out the intercepts and if you take the sum, you are going to get the sum of intercepts as 0. Hence the equation of the given line is x minus y plus 6 is equal to 0. Right, next moving on to one more question. So Roman number 3. So what he has given, find the equation of the straight line passing through 3 comma minus 4. Passing through 3 comma minus 4 and making x intercepts, x and y intercepts which are in the ratio 2:3. Right. So one of the nice question. So what he has given, x and y intercepts ratio is 2:3. That means x intercept I know that it is equal to a and y intercept is b, right? And what he has given, a is to b, so x intercept is to y intercept is equal to 2:3. So when intercepts are given in the ratio, and if you want to write those intercepts as individual values, then you can simply multiply those values with some constant and you can write. So from this what I can say, so a is equal to some 2 times of k and b is equal to some 3 times of k. So here k is my constant. So I got my x intercept as well as y intercept, right? So if I know x intercept and y intercept, I can directly write down the equation. So what is that? So x by a plus y by b is equal to 1 only, no? So this is nothing but my intercept form. So in this intercept form I am going to substitute the value of a and b. So from this what I am going to get, x by 2k plus y by 3k is equal to 1. On taking LCM, so what is the LCM? So LCM is 6k. LCM is 6k. 2 3s 6k. So from this I can write this as 3x and this as 2y is equal to 1. So on transposing what I am going to get, 3x plus 2y is equal to 6k. So let this be equation number 1. Now as usual, since it is passing through 3 comma minus 4, that means since equation 1 is passing through, so passing through 3 comma minus 4. So what I can say, 3 comma minus 4 should satisfy equation 1, should satisfy equation number 1. That means satisfying equation number 1 means we need to substitute x and y values. So 3 times of 3 plus 2 times of minus 4 is equal to 6 times of k. So from this clearly we will be getting the value of k. 3 3s are 9, minus 4 2s are 8 is equal to 6k. So from this 9 minus 8 is 1. Clearly k is equal to 1 by 6. So we got the value of k. So from this we can directly get the values of a and b, no? So what is a here? So 2 times of 1 by 6, which is nothing but 1 by 3. 3 times of 1 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 2. Now since I got the value of k, so directly I can substitute in equation number 1. So directly equation of line is given by, so equation of line is 3x plus 2y is equal to 6 times of 1 by 6. So from this what is the equation of the line that I got? 3x plus 2y is equal to 1. If you observe, if you take the x-intercept and y-intercept, so then we are going to get them in the ratio of 2:3. Hence the answer is 3x plus 2y is equal to 1. Next, moving on to question number 2. So what he has given, find the equation of the straight line passing through 4 comma minus 3 and perpendicular to the line passing through 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 3. Now here you observe, so there is a line, so which is passing through 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 3. So this is nothing but a line. So through this line, so there is one perpendicular line which is passing through the point 4 comma minus 3. So there is a point 4 comma minus 3. This line is passing through 4 comma minus 3 and perpendicular to this line. Okay, so it is perpendicular to this line. So if it is perpendicular to this line, so for this particular line, if I want to find the equation of this line, I need one more entity. I need one more entity. Since I know one of the points, so if I know one more point or one more entity, then I can directly find out the line equation. But here I don't have anything, but there is one connection that is given. So this line is perpendicular to this line. That means if I can able to find the slope of this line, then I can directly find the slope of this line. Okay, so I can directly find the slope of this particular line, right? So first of all, what we are going to do is, so finding slope of this given line. So slope m is equal to, so what are the points? So 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 3. So from that y1 minus y2, so y1 minus y2 means, so 1 minus 3 by 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 3 is minus 2 by 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So its slope is 2. So slope of this particular line is 2. But what I need, slope of perpendicular line, no? So directly what I said, so slope of perpendicular line will be equal to m dash is equal to, just what I said, just reciprocate it, and if you don't have minus, so keep minus. That's enough. That means slope of perpendicular line. So slope of perpendicular means this is nothing but the line which I need. So slope of perpendicular line means nothing but, this is nothing but slope of my required line. Okay, so I got slope now. Next I know point. So from this what I can say, so equation of line, so equation of line passing through 4 comma minus 3 and having, so since I found slope now, so directly I am taking slope. So equation of line passing through 4 comma minus 3 and having slope minus 1 by 2 is, directly I am going to apply point slope form. So what is point slope form? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, no? So substitute the values. So y minus of minus 3 is equal to minus 1 by 2 into x minus x1. So what is x1 here? 4. So directly I can write as y plus 3 is equal to minus 1 by 2 times of x minus 4. So when I do cross multiplication, this becomes 2y plus 6 is equal to minus x plus 4. So when I transpose the terms, so x plus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. So x plus 2y plus 2 is equal to 0, right? So likewise you can find out the line equation. Okay, next moving on to one more question. So show that the following set of points are collinear and find the line containing them. So here what I am going to do is, so already regarding collinearity we have discussed. So there are 4 ways to show the points are collinear, right? Here the requirement is, so is asking you to find the equation of the line also. So since he is asking you to find the equation of the line, so what we are going to do is, so we are going to find the line equation using any of the 2 points and then substituting the third point in the given line. If it satisfies, then directly we will be saying that they are collinear, and this particular line equation is my straight line equation, right? So I will be explaining bit number 1 and bit number 3, and this is for do it yourself problem. So second bit you try it. Okay, so moving on to question number 1. So what are the points that are given? So minus 5 comma 1 and 5 comma 5 and 10 comma 7. So these are 3 points that are given. So in this I am going to consider these 2 points first. By using these 2 points I am going to find out the line equation, and then this third point I am going to substitute. If it satisfies, then I can say that they are collinear. Okay, since he said so that, so most probably so it may satisfy. So what I am going to do, so I am going to find the equation of the line using these 2 points. So first 2 points, so equation of line using 2 points. So 2 points formula is nothing but x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. Okay, on substituting the values, so what I am going to get, so this is x1, this is y1, x2 and y2. Now on substituting the values, so x minus x1, so x1 is nothing but minus 5 by x2 minus x1, so 5 minus of minus 5 is equal to y minus y1, so y1 is 1 by y2 minus y1, so y2 is 5 minus 1. So on simplifying this, so x minus of minus 5 is x plus 5, 5 minus 5, so 5 minus of minus 5 is plus 5, which gives me 10 is equal to y minus 1 by 5 minus 1 is 4. So on cancellation, so the denominators, so 4 in 2 table it goes 2 times, it goes 5 times. So when I do cross multiplication, so this gives me 2x plus 5, sorry 2x plus 10, because this 2 is multiplied with both the terms, which gives me 5y minus 5. So when I transpose everything, so this gives me 2x minus 5y. When I transpose this minus 5 plus will become plus 5, so 10 plus 5 is 15 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation, right? So this is nothing but my line equation. Now I need to check, I need to verify that this point satisfies this line equation or not. So checking, so check. So what I can do, so 2 into x is 10 minus 5 into y is 7 plus 15. So what I am going to get, so this is nothing but my LHS. So 2 tens are 20 minus 7 5s are 35 plus 15. So 20 minus 35 is minus 15 plus 15, it is 0. So which is nothing but my RHS. So clearly what I can say, the points are collinear. The points are collinear, and at the same time what we showed here, so we have found the equation of the line as well. Okay, next moving on to question number 3. So question number 2, you do it yourself. Since it is a numerical problem, so you can do it. Now the third bit I am going to explain because it is in alphabets. Okay, so first I am going to consider the first 2 points a comma b plus c and b comma c plus a. So using these 2 points I am going to find out the line equation. So already we know the formula. So equation of line using 2-point form is given by x minus x1. So this is x1, y1, this is x2, this is y2. So x minus x1 means a by x2 minus x1, so b minus a, is equal to y minus y1. So what is y1? So y1 is b plus c by y2 minus y1. So y2 minus y1 means c plus a minus of b plus c. Now on simplification, so what I am going to get, x minus a by b minus a is equal to y minus b minus c divided by, this becomes c plus a minus b minus c. So this minus c and this plus c gets cancelled. Next, this b minus a, if I take minus r, from this a minus b, if I take minus as common, then it becomes b minus a. So this b minus a in a minus b, it cancels, minus 1 times. Now when I cross multiply, so since this goes 1 time, so x minus a is equal to, with this minus if I multiply, this becomes minus y plus b plus c. Now when I transpose everything, what I am going to get, x plus y, this is minus a minus b minus c is equal to 0. Now this is nothing but my line equation. So this also I can write it as x plus y minus of a plus b plus c is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my line equation. Now finally what I need to do, I need to check whether the 3 points are collinear or not, right? So for that what I need to do, I need to substitute the third point. So what is third point? C comma a plus b. So when I substitute x value as c and y value as a plus b, so this is c plus a plus b minus of a plus b plus c. So this is nothing but a plus b plus c minus a plus b plus c. So this gives me 0, which is nothing but my RHS. So that means it is satisfying the collinearity. So clearly what I can say, points are, so given points are collinear. Okay, likewise also you can prove collinearity, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So he has given a is a point 10 comma 4, b is a point minus 4 comma 9, and c is a point minus 2 comma minus 1. So these are all nothing but the vertices of a triangle. So I am going to consider a triangle. So this triangle is a b c and the points are given as 10 comma 4 and minus 4 comma 9 and c minus 2 comma minus 1. Now find the equations of AB. So you need to get this line equation AB, and is asking you to find. So one by one question we are going to solve, right? See here, question number 1. So is asking you to find equation of line AB. So if I want to find the equation of line AB, since the vertices A and B are given, right? So when 2 points are given, directly you can use 2-point form. So what are the points? So 10 comma 4 and minus 4 comma 9. So this is A and this is B. So this point is x1 comma y1 and this is x2 comma y2. So from this what I can say, so line AB is given by x minus x1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. So whenever you can see 2 points, then directly use 2-point form. So x minus 10 by minus 4 minus 10 is equal to y minus y1. So y minus 4 by y2 minus y1. So 9 minus 4. On simplification, what I am going to get, x minus 10 by minus 14 is equal to y minus 4 by 9 minus 4 is 5. So when I do cross multiplication, so 5x minus 5 tens are 50 is equal to minus 14y plus 14 fours are 96. Is that right? So 4 4 16, so not 96, it is 56, right? So when you transpose the values, it becomes 5x. So minus 14y becomes plus 14y. This 56 becomes minus 56. Minus 50 minus 56 is minus 106. So it gives me 5x plus 14 by minus 106 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but question number 1. Next, moving on to question number 2. So what is telling? So find the equation of the median through A. So through A, if I draw a median, for suppose if it meets at some point D, if it meets at some point D. So what is meant by median? So median means it divides the opposite side into two equal parts. So two equal part means clearly what I can say, this point D is nothing but my midpoint of BC, right? So this D is nothing but midpoint of BC. So D is equal to midpoint of BC. So if D is midpoint of line BC, then we are having the formula of midpoint, no? So it is nothing but average of x coordinates and average of y coordinates. So directly taking average of x coordinates, so which is nothing but minus 4 minus 2 by 2 comma 9 minus 1 by 2. So here we are going to take the average of x coordinates and average of y coordinates. So minus 4 minus 2 by 2 comma 9 minus 1 by 2. So then what I am going to get, minus 4 minus 2 is minus 6 by 2 minus 3, 9 minus 1 is 8, 8 by 2 is 4. Now we got the point D. So if you know this point, so this point D is minus 3 comma 4. So when I know this point and this point, directly I can write down the equation of median, no? So directly equation of median AD is nothing but given by same formula, since we know 2 points, so directly using the 2-point form. So then this point A, so this becomes x2 y2 and given point A becomes x1 y1. So this is 10 comma 4, this is x1 y1. Now from this, x minus x1 by x2 minus x1, so x2 is minus 3 minus x1 is 10 is equal to y2, so y minus y1, so y minus 4 by y2 minus y1, so 4 minus 4. So here both are same. So from this clearly what I can say, x minus 10 by minus 3 minus 10 is minus 13 is equal to y minus 4 by 4 minus 4 is 0. So when I do cross multiplication, so this gives me this gives me y, so minus 13 into y minus 4 is equal to 0. So from this clearly y is equal to 4 is my equation of median. Since y coordinates are same, so directly I can say y is equal to 4 is my equation of the median. Now the next question, so bit number 3, what is asking? The altitude through B. Altitude through B. So from B I need to drop an altitude. So what is meant by altitude? So altitude is nothing but a line, so which is perpendicular to the given base, right? So through B we are drawing an altitude, that means it will be perpendicular to AC. It is perpendicular to AC. Now if I want to find the altitude through B, then how can I find? So if I want to find altitude through B, so first of all we are going to find out the slope of AC. So slope of AC if I find, then I can directly get the slope of B. So for suppose this point I consider it as E, then I can directly get the slope of BE, because BE is perpendicular to AC, no? So if you know AC slope, then automatically by reciprocating and keeping the opposite sign, we are going to get the slope of BE. Okay, and since we know it is passing through B, so one point is known already, we can find out the slope. So clearly from point slope form we can find out the altitude through B. Okay, let us see that. Now for that what I need to do, I need to find out the slope of AC first. So what is A? So for third bit, so what is A? 10 comma 4. What is C? Minus 2 comma minus 1. So C is minus 2 comma minus 1. So for this, slope is nothing but given by y1 minus y2. So y1 is 4 minus y2 is minus of minus 1 by x1 minus x2. So 10 minus of minus 2. So from this what I am going to get? So 4 plus 1 is 5. So 10 plus 2 is 12. So this is nothing but slope of AC. So this is slope of AC. So since the slope of AC is 5 by 12, so clearly slope of BE. So slope of BE is nothing but just reciprocating this. So 12 by 5 and changing its sign. So slope of BE is 12 by, so minus 12 by 5. So we got slope of BE, and since we know the point B, so what is point B here? Minus 4 comma 9. So by taking that point, so minus 4 comma 9, then this is nothing but my point. I have slope as well as I have point. So from this what I can say, equation of altitude BE. So equation of altitude BE. So can you able to understand, right? So equation of altitude BE is, so what I can say, so since I know slope, I know point, so directly slope intercept form, slope point form. So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So using this formula, so y minus y1, so y1 is 9, is equal to slope is minus 12 by 5 into x minus x1. So x1 is minus 4. So when I simplify this, so what I am going to get, y minus 9 is equal to minus 12 by 5 into x plus 4. So when I do cross multiplication, so this 5 will be multiplied with 5. 5y minus 9 5s are 45 is equal to, so minus 12 into x is minus 12x, minus 12 4s are minus 48. When I transpose the values, so this becomes minus 12x becomes plus 12x plus 5y minus 48. If I transpose, it becomes plus 48. That means this gives me plus 3 is equal to 0. So clearly the answer is 12x plus 5y plus 3 is equal to 0. So this is nothing but my altitude. So altitude through B. So this is nothing but my altitude through B. Okay. Next, moving on to the fourth question. So what he has given, the perpendicular bisector of side AB. Perpendicular bisector of side AB. So what is meant by perpendicular bisector? What is meant by perpendicular bisector? So perpendicular bisector means it is nothing but a line, so which bisects the side AB, and this will be perpendicular to. That means, so what I can say, perpendicular bisector means, so it bisects the line AB and it is perpendicular to the line AB and passes through the midpoint of AB, right? So how to find the midpoint of AB? So already we know the average of x coordinates and y coordinates. So what is the midpoint of AD? So let us suppose this point as F. Then how can I write this as? So 10 minus 4. So 10 minus 4 is 6. So 6 by 2 is 3. So this point becomes 3 comma. So 9 plus 4 13. So 13 by 2. Hence this perpendicular bisector is, so this perpendicular bisector is passing through the point 3 comma 13 by 2, right? So it is passing through 3 comma 13 by 2 and is perpendicular to AB. So perpendicular to AB means, so already we have discussed about altitude, right? So if you can find out the slope of AB, then automatically you can find out the slope of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, now let us see that. First of all, we are going to find out the slope of AB. So bit number 4, so slope of AB. So what is slope of AB? So slope of AB, so what are the points? So A point is 10 comma 4 and so A point is 10 comma 4 and B point is minus 4 comma 9, right? So minus 4 comma 9. So slope of AB is given by m is equal to y1 minus y2. So y1 minus y2 means 4 minus 9 by x1 minus x2. So 10 minus of minus 4. So 4 minus 9 is minus 5 by 10 minus of minus 4 is 14. So slope is 14. Now what I can write? Slope of perpendicular bisector. So slope of perpendicular bisector of AB is equal to, simply what we have to do, simply reciprocate it and change the sign. Since we are having minus for this, so you don't have minus for this slope. Now since we got the slope of perpendicular bisector and we got midpoint of the given line, right? So what is the midpoint of given line? So it is nothing but f 3 comma, so the point f is nothing but 3 comma 13 by 2, so which is nothing but midpoint of AB. So perpendicular bisector means it passes through the midpoint of the given line and its slope will be equal to the slope of the given perpendicular to the slope of the given line, right? Since we have slope and point, so directly writing down equation of perpendicular bisector of AB is nothing but given by y minus y1. So here this is x1, this is y1, so y minus y1 is equal to m. So m is 14 by 5 into x minus x1. So on simplification, so this becomes 2y minus 13 by 2 is equal to 14x minus 14 3s are 42 divided by 5. So on doing cross multiplication, so 5 2s are 10y minus 5 13s 65 is equal to 2 14s are 28x minus 2 42s 84. Now transposing everything, so 28x minus 10y, so this minus 65 if transpose it becomes plus 65, so 84 minus 65, so 14 minus 5 is 9, this becomes 7, 7 minus 6 is 1, that means this becomes minus 19 is equal to 0. So the perpendicular bisector of the given line is 28x minus 10y minus 19 is equal to 0. So in this particular problem, so we have used all the concepts, right? So in the first one, so directly using 2 points we have found the line segment equation of line segment AB. Next, for median what we did, simply we have considered the midpoint, because median is nothing but the point, it is the point so which is passing through the midpoint of BC. So using that concept, so we have got 2 points, so we have found the equation of the given line. Next, for the third one, the altitude through B means, so altitude means nothing but perpendicular concept will come into play, so we have used that concept. And next, perpendicular bisector means it will be perpendicular as well as it passes through the midpoint of given side. So based on that we have solved the third bit as well as the fourth bit. So these concepts, so we have applied and we have used everything, so what we have learnt in our previous video, right? So please, if you did not watch that previous videos, so please go through that and please try to watch that full video completely, so that you can understand each and every question and each and every point of this chapter, right? So thank you for watching the video. So if you haven't subscribed, so please subscribe the channel and please share with your intermediate friends so that they also can utilize these videos, right? So thank you for watching the video. So in the next video we are going to continue this topic. Okay, so stay connected with the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the notifications of my videos, right? So thank you for watching. So thank you very much.